Bears general manager is in Mobile for the Senior Bowl, and he is reportedly taking a close look at this position group specifically. So we'll break that down here on today's show and take a look at 3 players specifically. We'll get to all that coming up. But I promise you guys, if we got 1,500 likes on our first mock draft video, which we did, we would do trades in that mock. So I'll ask you, would you rather me trade up in my next Bears mock draft or trade down? Whichever we get more comments on, up or down, move up in the draft, move down, that's what we'll do in my next mock draft, which could be as soon as tomorrow. So lock in, let's go, busy show ahead. I'm Harrison Graham. This is Chicago Bears Now. So Ryan Poles is at the Senior Bowl as we're in full offseason mode as he's trying to scout the next potential Bears. And if you've paid attention to the polls there, the Senior Bowl has been a pretty strong indicator of guys that they have been interested in come NFL draft time. And he's taken a very close look at these O-line versus D-line drills. And I would say specifically the defensive lineman. Devin Jackson, who's down there at the Senior Bowl, had this to say. He said, Ryan Poles was watching the O-line, D-line one-on-one reps. Missouri edge Zion Young was one of the standouts. Illinois offensive tackle J.C. Davis had a few good reps too. And obviously the Bears need to revamp their defensive line, and they might need a left tackle as well, with Ozzy Trapilo potentially out for the season. Now, Zion Young is a name we haven't talked about a ton yet. He's kind of considered a mid-late round 1, early day 2 type of prospect, but a lot of guys who are on the fringe like that, if they have a big week in Mobile, they could kind of confirm themselves as round 1 talents. And he's had a good week so far at the Senior Bowl. Had a really good season for the Missouri Tigers. Jacob Infante, who's a really good Bears and draft follow, especially this time of year, tweeted this out. He said, Zion Young is a Dennis Allen edge rusher through and through, 6'5", 262, long arms, and he's strong as hell. But get this, he can actually rush the passer. Crazy, right? So he's not Dayo Odeyingbo. Like, he's big, he's long, he's strong, but he can actually get to the quarterback. Sign me up. I think he's definitely a potential option for the Bears when they pick 25th overall. I think Zion Young checks a lot of the boxes that Dennis Allen looks for. It's clearly a position that the Bears are looking to improve at. They got to get better at getting the quarterback. They were 29th in pass rush win rate this year. That's just not good enough. And Zion Young is a guy who can set the edge in the run game and get after the quarterback as well. TJ Parker is another name that I think Bears fans need to get accustomed to hearing. Coming into this season, he was a potential top 10 pick. Didn't have a great year at Clemson, but the week he's having so far at the Senior Bowl is kind of reminding people why his stock was that high coming into this year, because he's big, he's strong, he's powerful, he's got long arms. He's really stood out the first couple of days at the Senior Bowl. Trevor Sikkema, PFF, says, great leverage plus long arm pass rush rep here from TJ Parker. There's a video. If you go to Sikkema's tweet, can't show it here on the show. He said he had some strong run defensive reps as well. Good first day for him. And we talked about him a little while back, and he just didn't have his best season. You know, as a freshman, he made a lot of plays. And then in 2024, had like his breakout, and that's what made him a kind of a top 10 pick coming into this year. But just didn't have the type of season he wanted to this year. Still wasn't bad, was still a good player, but he kind of fell from top 10 lock to probably late day 1, early day 2. But that could fall in the Bears' favor as they pick 25th overall. And again, kind of like Zion Young, big, strong, athletic, physical. I don't know what his arm length is, but most project it to be over that 33-inch arm that Dennis Allen typically looks for in his pass rushers. Both these guys check those boxes, and again, you know, you're looking to revamp this pass rush. I expect Montez Sweat to be back. You're hoping Austin Booker takes a step, but I don't know what Dayo Odeyingbo is going to be coming off a torn Achilles, and you got a bunch of other question marks after those guys, and then the defensive tackle position as well. So I think these two guys being Dennis Allen prototypes, Ryan Poles and his staff, getting a close-up look there in Mobile this week. I think Zion Young and TJ Parker are 2 names to monitor because A, they fit what DA wants, and B, I think they're both kind of in that range of when the Bears are going to be picking in the first round, 25th overall. So do not be shocked if you hear both these guys linked to Chicago pretty heavily, especially once we get to the NFL Combine here in about 3 or 4 weeks. Pick an edge rusher. Who would you rather have? Type ZY for Zion Young, TJ for TJ Parker. I'd say Parker had the better career in college, but Young was better this year. So give us your thoughts down in the comment section below. Okay, we'll take a look at a defensive tackle at the Senior Bowl in a moment, plus some other guys that are participating down there. But first, got to tell you about our awesome sponsor here on today's show. Shout out to Rocket Money for sponsoring today's episode. Listen, I've told you guys for a while now, I've been using it for a couple of years, and it's helped me and my wife save a lot of money, and we were able to buy a new house recently because Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitor your spending, and help lower your bills so that you can grow your savings. Let's talk about those subscriptions that you can cancel with Rocket Money. First of all, it's going to show you all on one dashboard what you're paying for on a monthly and annual basis, what subscriptions you have. Maybe it's streaming services, maybe it's online newspapers, maybe it's delivery services, whatever the case may be. And I'm sure you want to keep some of those, but what you'll find is, oh wait, I have two of the same subscription. Oh wait, I haven't used that one in a year. And with clicking just a few buttons, you're going to be able to cancel those subscriptions you no longer want. You can stay on top of your spending. I think it's just better than my normal banking app. I don't even use it anymore because it's going to tell me when my upcoming bills are due. They send you alerts if you set budgets, which you can with Rocket Money. It's just very user-friendly, and it's a very detail-oriented app, which I appreciate because listen, I got a 2.5-year-old who's in daycare. I got a lot of bills, and I got to stay on top of this stuff. And Rocket Money helps me do just that. And you should take advantage. If you're using the app to its full potential, you can save hundreds of dollars per year. Let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Go to rocketmoney.com/bears now. That's rocketmoney.com/bears now. Rocketmoney.com/bears now. Download the app today. Get going with Rocket Money. You are not going to regret it. Okay, Lee Hunter is another name you guys should familiarize yourself with, the defensive tackle out of Texas Tech. Some people think he just in a couple of practices has kind of risen himself up as a first-round pick now after what he's done in Mobile. He's kind of been the under-discussed Texas Tech defensive lineman, obviously David Bailey, Romello Height. I think Lee Hunter at 6'5", 330 pounds has had a really, really strong week at the Senior Bowl and was a great piece of that Texas Tech defense, which is obviously fantastic. Todd McShay, whose work I really respect, posted this saying, Lee Hunter acting like a first rounder in the first practice. And if you just search his name on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it right now, you're going to see tons of clips of him just dominating, beating double teams, driving guards and centers back in one-on-one drills. He's felt unblockable this week, and that's what you want to see out of these defensive linemen at the Senior Bowl is like which guys just consistently pop, and this guy has so far in Mobile. And he's been a good player for 3 years now, 23 and 24 at UCF, consistently making plays in the backfield. This year did it for Texas Tech as well, part of that dominant defensive line. And I think he's risen enough. If you told me he's the pick at 25, I would be fine with that as well. Now, I don't know what his ceiling is as a pass rushing defensive tackle in the NFL. Like, I don't think you have a Chris Jones here or something, but I think he can be dominant against the run and flash as a pass rusher. And look, in a draft like this, you're probably not getting a true round one grade at 25 overall. Most scouts think there's 10 to 12 first-round grades in this draft. So you're probably getting a second-round grade anyway, which is why, honestly, I'd be open to trading back depending on how the board falls this year. But I think Lee Hunter can be a guy who contributes from day one, potentially even start, but certainly develop into a starting caliber defensive tackle in the NFL. So TJ Parker, Zion Young, Lee Hunter, three guys that I think Ryan Poles is looking at very, very closely this week at the Senior Bowl. Okay, I want to spend a couple minutes here on some of these other guys. J.C. Davis, the offensive lineman out of Illinois, has had a strong week so far, and I think we got to start paying attention to some offensive linemen in this draft. Number one, you can never have enough good offensive linemen. And number two, I think this left tackle thing is more of a thing than we think it is. I don't think the Bears are operating as if Ozzy Trapilo is playing in 2026. So they have to consider all options for that left tackle position. So J.C. Davis, Jeremiah Wright has had a good start to the Senior Bowl as well. Jennings Dunker, the offensive lineman out of Iowa. You've got Derek Moore, the edge out of Notre Dame, who is there's a couple clips of him just trucking offensive lineman. There was one clip where he goes up against a 6'8", 350-pound lineman. He just runs right through him. So he's got a lot of power. He looks like a Dennis Allen prototype as well. Danny Dennis Sutton, listen, Penn State produces a lot of talented pass rushers. So, I don't think this is an Abdul Carter level player or a Micah Parsons, but again, 25, day 2, something like that. I think that could be a name to keep an eye on as well. The point is, there's a lot of these guys day 1, day 2 at the Senior Bowl. Ryan Poles, his staff taking a close look. So we're going to take a close look as well here on Chicago Bears Now. Who should the Bears draft in round 1? Name a player you want Chicago to draft in the first round this year. Like, in a vacuum, if I have no idea what happens in free agency or via the trade market before the draft, which clearly right now I don't know what they're going to do, like, best defensive lineman available. That would be the ideal path. Now, of course, there's exceptions. If something crazy happened and Caleb Downs fell to 25, I would take Caleb Downs, but I don't think that's very realistic at all. So best defensive lineman, that's the direction I would go. Let me know what you would do down in the comment section below. That's going to do it for this edition of Chicago Bears Now. We will be back live tomorrow here at 4 o'clock Central Time. We'll have a video up on the channel Thursday morning as well. So plenty of Bears Now content to come. Hit that subscribe button. And as always, bear down.